The Biden administration has turned the House press briefing into a complete joke. I'm not exaggerating here, folks. They have literally turned this administration into a circus. And when pressured just a tad bit by reporters asking, why is the president not talking, not answering questions of the press? They deflect with the most ridiculous excuses.
Why can't the president take questions from the press?
Right now, we just don't have anything on the books for a press conference at this moment. The president always loves to take your questions, shouted questions.
Well, it's not that we don't want you to ask the president questions, but for right now, we don't have questions for him on the books. You know, the questions to which he already has answers and rehearsed multiple times in the basement. All jokes aside though, what Karine Jean-Pierre really means is that we have no idea what you're going to ask Joe Biden, and we don't have the answers to tell him in advance. And there is no way on earth we're going to give the President of the United States a mic to answer questions for himself from the press. I mean, I don't blame them. The man, with all due respect, has literally lost his mind. If you think I'm lying, then watch what his handler, his wife, did when he was asked a question in public.
Mr. President, will you allow the FBI to search your home with veto? Will you meet McCarthy next week?
Yanked away by his wife because we don't answer questions here.
Come on, man!
And very recently he was asked a simple question, whether he was going to run for the 2024 presidential election. His answer was, well, the usual incoherent.
Are you saying that you would be taking part in our upcoming election in 2024?
Well, I'll either be rolling an egg or being the guy who's pushing them out.
Come on, help a brother out. Make some news for me.
I plan on running now, but we're not prepared to announce it yet.
All right.
That was an embarrassment. You could almost hear Jill Biden's uneasiness from the TV, screaming, "Somebody please, make it stop, make it stop." That is quite the couple representing Americans across the world. Donald Trump caught a glimpse of that, and he said what we're all thinking after watching that embarrassment of a clip.
I saw his answer today on television about whether or not he was going to run to a very nice guy named Al Roker. When you can't get a softer question than that. That was a long answer, talking about the eggs and the this and that.
Well, reporters are confused and are furiously asking, why is the president not talking to the press? All other presidents have talked to the press. Why not this president? Why is Joe Biden hiding in the basement?
You recognize that as it relates to prior administrations, the president's predecessor, President Obama, President George W. Bush, I've been here long enough to have covered President Bill Clinton. This is not the norm. The norm is we do get an opportunity to ask the questions to the president about domestic and foreign policy issues in a formal setting at some point. And you choose that point, but we haven't had that opportunity in quite some time.
It's also unprecedented that a president takes as many shouted questions as this president has, and he has. Okay.
When reporters finally caught a glimpse of Joe Biden out of the basement, they fired questions at him 100 miles an hour. The poor guy was just sitting there laughing. Watch this. There comes the rescuer of the president. Go away, guys. We don't take questions over here. We're not taking your questions. The president is tired. He gotta take a nap. Do you expect this country with this president not to be in a recession? Do you actually expect anyone in that administration to do any actual impacting work? The president has no idea what's happening in the world right now. Literally none. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's time to leave this planet. Like, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. God bless America.